Hello everyone, I'm Wendell Jones and welcome to this edition of our program. And on our program, the platform, we normally discuss the national issues of the Bahamas, and today on our program we are going to talk about young people because it's the 7th annual Youth Employment Month in the Bahamas, and there is a program in our country called the Youth Empowerment Program. We've spoken with the leader and president before, Delano Munroe. He is president and CEO, and he is here today. And accompanying him on the program, we have Amy Davis, who is the president of the Student Association of the Youth Empowerment Program. She is a student of Bahamas Academy of the Seventh-day Adventists. And then we have Delano McPhee, who is vice president of the Student Association of the same organization. And he is president of South 2 District of the Youth Empowerment Program and a student in grade 12 at Anethol Rogers High. And so, Mr. Munroe, welcome again to the program.
Thank you very much for having us, sir.
And you brought two of your bright stars, eh?
Most definitely, sir.
Very
brought
good.
Some of the best.
Very good. And Amy Davis.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been in the program?
This is my second year.
Second year?
Yes, sir.
You're going to talk a whole lot today. And Mr. McPhee?
I've been in the program for 4 years.
For 4 years?
Wow.
Very good. You are in grade 12 now.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to be?
I want to be an executive chef.
An executive chef?
Yes, sir.
You like to cook?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ms. Davis, what do you want to be?
I'd like to be a spokesperson for a commercial company.
A spokesperson for a commercial company. That means you're going to do a whole lot of speaking today, all right? So that people would know that you are quite capable of being a spokesperson. So you want to go in public relations?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Means that you should be in journalism as well. A whole lot of people who become public relations specialists or advisors, they start out in journalism. Mr. Munroe, how is the program going, Youth Empowerment?
Well, Mr. Jones, since the last time I've been on the show, we have already started a brand new program here.
Okay.
This is our 7th year now, and the program has become overwhelming in terms of the tremendous support or the tremendous amount of young people that are now wanting to be a part of the program. We now have registered with the Youth Empowerment Program some 1,500 young people.
1,500?
Yeah, we have started the program in North and Central Abaco, as well as Morris Island. So we picked up an additional amount of volunteers, mentors, and students for the program this year. So the program is doing tremendously well.
For those people who didn't hear our first program, I think this is your 3rd trip here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell us what the Youth Empowerment Program is all about.
Well, the program itself, it's an after-school program for high school students. Students from grades 9 through 12 will be a part of the program from both public and private schools. The program is a skills development mentoring program, so we train young people to prepare them basically for life after high school. So all the basic life skills that one needs, the program will equip young persons with those skills. It's a college preparatory program, it's a scholarship opportunity program. So anything that you can think of in terms of a young persons and preparing them for life, the program has to offer.
Okay. So Ms. Davis, what it means to you, the program itself?
The program, for me, it means that basically they helped me to become the young lady I am today, because when I first entered the program, I wasn't that confident about public speaking, but now I can say that I'm, really confident. I am in the finals for the speech competition, so that was a big push for me because last year I did not make it. So this year is a really big push for me, and it helps me to just grow in what I want to be in life and become a better person.
So what is the theme of the speech competition this year?
The speech competition theme is Destined for Greatness.
Destined for Greatness. And you are?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And to you, McPhee, Delano?
This organization is more than just a youth empowerment program for me. It's like a home. They treat us like we're their kids. They treat us with love. They treat us with care. No matter what day it is, if you come there March, you will leave smiling. I just want to thank all the mentors that are there and for the CEO for just thinking about this idea and bringing us here, because it does teach us to move in a different direction in life, and it helps us to go forward no matter what you do.
So you think it is making a difference among your peers, eh?
I don't think, I know it's making a difference.
Yes.
Out there.
Very good. And you can see it among the young boys who are with you?
Yes, sir. It's reflecting off of each one of us. So much of us are in it. Friends that I'm with and friends that I've met inside there. So much boys change. For me, I've changed so many in miraculous ways. It helps me keep up with my school grades, and it also keeps me focused and dedicated in the schoolwork.
That's excellent. And you see the change in young girls as well?
Yes, I do. They mature into young ladies and they have more respect for themselves because of the mentors. The female mentors help us. They train us to be great young ladies, great leaders. If we come to the Youth Empowerment Program just, a little bit not confident about our bodies or ourselves, they give us talks. We have character words, and they bring in speakers to reassure us that we are, we have a purpose in life.
How do you go about recruiting people, Mr. Munroe?
Well, volunteering is a thankless job, and it's really difficult sometimes getting volunteers to volunteer for the program. But during the summer months, we launch a national volunteer campaign whereby we use all of social media, we get on the radios, we do shows such as this, and we invite persons to volunteer. So we don't discriminate against persons for volunteerism, because at the end of the day, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, nurse, an engineer, an electrician, you have something to offer to young people. And once you have the right passion and you want to give back and you want to be able to pour into the life of a young person, we will properly train you in terms of being a mentor. You will be guided by our code of ethics. You will sign off on that. We do a background check in terms of properly investigating you through the Ministry of Education and through the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And you're trained, and then we place you into a center with students.
Okay, and so your mentors, you look for them so that they are able to bring a particular message to the young people?
Yes, sir, definitely a certain mindset. And like I said, we don't discriminate against anybody, because no matter which background you come from, whether you're a technical person, a business person, an administrative person, you have something to offer to the program and young people.
Yeah, and it has been going for what, 7 years or more?
Yes, sir, this is now our 7th year.
Very good. And so there are a whole lot of young people who would have gone through the program.
Yes, sir.
Who can come back and
volunteer.
And volunteer and be mentors as well.
Yes, sir. We're finding that right now, like most of the students who would have been a part of the first cohort of the program, who would have graduated like when we first started, they're now coming back with their master's degree and their bachelor's degree, and they're reaching out to me and they're saying, Mr. Munroe, the program did tremendous work for me. It was beneficial to me. It helped me get a scholarship and helped me to go off to school. So now I want to give back and pour into the life of a person. So we find our rotation in terms of our doors are revolving, that our persons who once were participants are now coming back and serving as mentors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You both know that we have some social problems among young girls and young boys in our society. We've been dealing with programs talking about violence and all of that. But one of the things that you mentioned has to do with self-respect.
Yes, sir. At the Youth Empowerment Program, my mentors, I will speak for my mentors and all of the mentors, they do not take, I will say, foolishness lightly. If they see that a young person comes into the district and they do not know where they belong, they help you and they push you to, find your purpose, whether it be with technical skills, whether it be public speaking or, anything but you are interested in. They help you and they push you towards it, and they just make you comfortable. And in the Youth Empowerment Program, everyone is welcome. It doesn't matter what grade you're in, from grades 9 to 12. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter your skin color. It doesn't matter anything. Everyone is welcome in the Youth Empowerment Program. And when I came in grade 10, I was scared and shy. I didn't want to talk to anyone. But, my mentors took me under their wing because they saw a purpose in me. And they, pushed me to do every event in the Youth Empowerment Program until I actually found something that I really was interested in.
But you were always a smart girl, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
And so it just helped you along.
Yes.
So your grades were always good, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you, Mr. McPhee, it pushed you along and made you a better person, eh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It did. My first experience with YEP, I was in grade 9. I didn't stay that much, but when I reached in grade 10, I started off at South 2. I was scared because I was just a senior, but my mentors put us in groups and they just allow us to talk freely, get to know everybody, show that there's a bigger world out there and that you have to be prepared for it, get you ready. They buckle us down, and from how I am now, today I am the top chef in senior school based off a proven fact from a competition. Also, I'm president of a district. I never believed in myself that I could be that. And I'm also vice president of the Lovely Student Association. All this was because of people pushing me forward and showing me that I can do it.
Very, very good. You know, we are very happy to speak with young people who are going places and who themselves are role models in our country. When you hear people say that, you know, this generation is failing, and when you hear the negatives about your generation, you don't agree with the elderly people who say those things, do you?
No, I don't, because I believe that they're putting a stereotype on all of young people, and which is not true, because it's a proven fact that people in the youth empowerment program and even in other youth empowerment programs all over the country, that they excel. There's been, and in any type of school, public or private school, there's been a winner inside of C.R. Walker, there's been a winner inside of SAC, every school. And it doesn't matter. People say that the young people are failing because of one person they see that's failing. And they don't push them to say succeed. They just push them down. They don't, try to lift them up to be the best that they can be.
Your parental involvement is extremely important. I'm sure your parents are involved with you in all of these things, right?
Yes,
Isn't that so?
Yes, sir.
Let's speak to that. Had it not been for your parents, you probably would not have been the kind of young people that you are.
Yes, sir. In the youth empowerment program, we have like meetings for our parents. We also have like a parent group to where like all the parents come and also helping. And at the end of the year, we get like a person who has like the best parent of the year. But each one of the parents, they push hard, they do well. They also help to motivate each children. They take on each children as they are their own. No child is left out, and we also try to involve the parents because a lot may be happening at the homes, which you may not know about. So we just make sure, talk to the parents, make sure they know, well, not us, but the executive board, they make sure, show the parents the right way, and the parents come and help out with everybody and make sure everything's running properly.
Well, with my mother, she's been tremendously, involved in the youth empowerment program. From I told her in grade 10 that I wanted to join, she didn't know anything about it, but she said, once you want to do it, I'll support you. And through grade 10, she pushed me through every competition that I was a part of in the youth empowerment program, every event. She picked me up and she dropped me off. And this year in grade 11, when I decided to run for student association president, my nerves was on me and everything was, coming on, and the stress was building up, coming down to the election day. And even on that day, she pulled me to the side and she was like, Amy, you're going to do great, you're going to be great. And she just pushed me, even though all of the naysayers were coming at me, left, right. She just, pulled me aside and reassured me and gave me a hug. And that just, gave me the motivation. Even though I didn't have a voice when I gave my election speech, I still came out on top because of my mother. She, she pushed me and she really, encouraged me to do my very best.
Did you have to campaign for the job?
Yes, I did.
And campaigns in all of the schools?
All of the districts. My mother dropped me and she picked me up along with my grandmother. She dropped me and picked me up to all 11 districts. And she stayed with me while I said my campaign speech. And She did it every day for a whole week.
You're a budding politician. You had to campaign for this job.
Yes, sir.
Very good. You know, Mr. Munroe, Sir Randall Fox told me one time, the late Sir Randall Fox, behind every successful student is an ambitious parent.
Yes. And you know, I just want to add to what both of the students are saying, Mr. Jones. One of the things that we enforce in the Youth Empowerment Program is parental involvement. And we find that the students that have their parents involved in their lives, they are the students that excel and that'll do extremely well. So we have a parents open house, so parents can actually come in to sit in on a YP district meeting to know exactly what is happening. They get to meet the mentors one-on-one. And in some cases, our mentors serve as mentors to some of those parents as well, because not every parent is going to come in with the right parental tools necessary to guide their children. Some of them still may need a little help along the way and so forth. So our mentors now take on the role of mentoring parents as well. This year, because of the massive amount of parents that we have involved and want to be involved in the program and in students' lives, we have started our Parents Association. So the Parents Association is a very vital part of the organization. Amy's mom is one of the co-chairpersons for that association. So when we have events, they will be there to help with registration, help with concession stand, help with resources that we can get resources to those parents, step in and get donations for us and so forth. So
yeah, I said to you before that this ought to be a full-time job. Your leadership of it. Has it become a full-time job?
For me, I cannot do anything else because it has become a full-time job. Between working with the guidance counselors, to principals, to schools, to students, it is full-time. And I'm the only one who is dedicated full-time to the organization. Everybody else has their full-time job, whether they work for the banks or the insurance companies or the law firms. They do their jobs, but this is a full-time job.
And the Youth Empowerment Program is growing.
Yes,
growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes, sir.
Because the first time you came, you only had a few hundred.
Yes, sir. We only had just a little under 1,000, and then the second time we had just slightly over 1,000, and now we're very well on almost to 2,000.
Yes. Let's take a break here. This is our program, The Platform, and today we are talking about the Youth Empowerment Program. Let's take this break and we'll come right back.